You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. I'm Pinky Webb. Let's now go straight to the source of the story of U.S. Embassy spokesperson Kanishka Gangopadhay. Did I say it right again?
You did. Thank you.
And you were saying that in your family, you all say your family name differently.
There's lots of different pronunciations.
Kanishka, thank you so much. And this is very interesting for, I'm sure, a lot of people who want to go to the United States, students who may want to study. So many questions, because is it just how old, who are eligible, etc. So there is a fair, would you call it a fair,
yeah.
this coming
yes.
next week in Manila and Cebu for the 7th Education USA University Fair. Tell us more about it.
Sure. So next week we're really proud to host 33 American universities in Manila at the Shangri-La EDSA. And then another 23 will be going to the Radisson Blu in Cebu. The Manila event's on the 10th of October. The Cebu event is on the 12th of October. And we're hoping that anyone who is interested in studying in the U.S. or parents who are thinking about options for their children attend these two events. They are totally free. They're open to the public. They start at 2 p.m. It's like a fair, so it's totally open. You can come when you want. You don't have to pre-register, though if you do pre-register, you'll get all the information ahead of time via email. This is our opportunity to promote what we think is the best option in the world, which is a world-class education in the United States.
How do you actually attract these 33 more or less universities and colleges to actually open their schools, their campuses, their universities for foreign students?
Well, actually, I'd reverse that. I'd say that these universities and all American universities are really interested in foreign students. For us, diversity on American campuses is a point of pride. There are some 3,000 Filipinos studying in the U.S. right now, and that's a great number.
Is that now?
Currently there are 3,000 Filipinos studying in the United States. I think that number is low. I think that the Filipinos are amazingly talented, smart. Filipino youth speak English well. They're driven. They have dreams, and I think that we can bring that number up and have more Filipinos studying in the U.S.
And so then I asked the question, I wonder why the numbers are low.
Well, I think I think part of it is that the process is really confusing. We are very different. We don't have a centralized higher education system. There are 4,000 higher education institutions, universities and colleges in the United States, and each of them handles admission differently.
Yeah.
Each of them handles scholarships differently.
Yeah.
You have big state schools that are funded by the states. You have private institutions. You have institutions with 70,000 students. You have institutions with less than 1,000 students. So that diversity is really scary.
Yeah.
And I understand that, which is why we have this fair and why we have Education USA. Education USA offers unbiased, free consultation services. We don't charge you anything. We are an official arm of the government, and we're here to help demystify the process.
So for those, who are the eligible applicants first and foremost?
So in terms of applicants, we ask for students, we're thinking if you're 16 years old and you're interested in undergraduate studies, but even if you're older and you're thinking about a master's or a PhD, this is a good opportunity.
Really?
Yeah, we have foreign PhD students, we have foreign undergrads, we have everything in between. If you're interested in a study abroad program, so maybe just 1 year, there are options for you. We're also interested in talking to parents because we understand, especially for undergraduates, the parents have a big influence everywhere in the world.
And a lot of concern, yeah.
And we're here to talk to parents too. We're here to talk to parents about what life is like in the U.S. We're here to talk about what the U.S. has to offer. We're here to talk about financing. These are all open topics, and we'll have sessions throughout the day, both in Manila and Cebu, to talk about these things.
And is there anything in particular we have to bring, somebody has to bring when attending these, the Manila Fair, for example?
I certainly would recommend bringing a pen and a notebook and a bag so you can take all the information, but come with an open mind. Because while everyone knows about the really famous universities in the U.S., you have your big universities in California like UCLA or Berkeley and the Ivy League schools, there's a lot of other options. I myself didn't go to a university that many people know.
Where did you go?
I went to the University of Maryland in College Park, so a big state school. I had a great education. I loved my experience. I think you should come with an open mind because while there are some, 20 so universities everyone knows, there are 4,000 universities in the U.S.
across the United States.
And they offer amazingly different experiences.
Okay, so I want to follow up on that question. Bring a pen and paper. But is there anything that you need to be able to submit while attending the fair?
No.
Nothing.
This
Nothing
is not.
yet.
This is not a fair where you submit your paperwork or your dossier or anything like that. This is a fair where we explain the process. This is for us to provide Filipinos and Filipino students and their parents free information about what is available. Please don't bring your resume or
Yeah,
worry
right,
about
exactly.
it. No bank statements, no attestations. No, that's not where we're at here. This is for information only. We think of it as it's a point of pride for us that this is unbiased, free information that is reliable. It's U.S. government information that we want to provide to students.
So I guess what's important here is to be able to, if you want to study in the United States, go to the fair. You don't need to bring anything except a pen and paper. You can use your phone. And this will give you an idea on where you can go. Obviously, which state could possibly be a perfect fit for you. And then once you actually are interested, what happens next?
Well, so it depends on where you are in the process. In addition to the 33 universities in Manila and the 23 in Cebu, we will also have lots of representatives from Education USA, which is our organization that helps counsel students in their interests in studying in the U.S. They'll be there to talk to you about your interests. Maybe you don't like any of the 33, but there's something specific you're interested in. Maybe you're really interested in agriculture and you want to go to a university that has a program in something very specific. And that's not exactly represented on Tuesday, but it may be something that we have. Because with 4,000 universities, there's lots of different options. You know, if you want to go to Alaska, if you want to go to Hawaii, if you want to be in the mountains, if you want to be by the beach, there are options available for you in the U.S.
Yeah, it's very attractive. I actually, if I were much younger, I guess I would have definitely gone to this fair. Well, also top of mind would be I'm interested, but there's always that issue on visa. Is there any talk during the fair on how one will be assisted with visa concerns?
Sure. First, I acknowledge that the visa process is scary. I drive by our embassy every day going to work. I see the lines outside of Rojas Boulevard, and I know that it's very daunting. First, I'd like to say that student visa applicants, so the F1 visa applicants, are prioritized. So you don't have the wait times that you have for a tourist visa.
Like a B1, B2.
No, ma'am.
Yeah.
You can come in and you get your appointment right away. We want foreign students in the United States.
So that's a priority. Okay.
We also provide, through Education USA, unbiased information. I know that on social media, there are some people who say, oh, we will guarantee you a visa. That doesn't exist. What we do is, well, we don't guarantee admission, we don't guarantee a visa, but we provide advice on what to expect to demystify the visa process. There will be representatives from our consular section there to help explain exactly what we're looking for, what kind of documents help, what kind of documents don't. But the whole process is explained, and Education USA certainly works very closely with our consular officers to help demystify and make the process less scary.
I guess it's for so many questions that you might want to ask, so many concerns that a student or a parent might have. This is the perfect opportunity for them to get the answers.
That's absolutely right. So this is unbiased answers from the representatives of the government and the universities. I'm not saying that the answers are going to be easy. There's lots of questions about how, with 4,000 different universities, there's lots of processes. And the processes are different. It's complex and it's confusing. But that's why we have these fairs. Last year we had over 1,000 in Manila. It was a huge success. And we're hoping for even bigger numbers this year.
But isn't this the 7th year?
This is the 7th year. We had a few virtual years, as I think everyone went through the experience with virtual fairs. But really, we're seeing a lot more energy into this process now because we really want to rejuvenate this after some years where pandemic made traveling a lot more difficult.
And then does this also possibly answer questions on concerns of parents or students who think, is this where I can possibly ask for scholarship or assistance? Is this the fair that will give me answers as well?
Well, this is the fair that will give you a guide to how you can ask those questions. Everyone thinks about government scholarships first. And yes, there are some embassy-sponsored scholarships to study in the United States, especially at the master's and PhD level. However, that's a tiny minority of the scholarships available. This year we just had our first college prep program cohort where we took a group of students, a small group that applied for special training, not training I guess, but special preparation. And some of those kids got full scholarships to some of the best universities in America. Each university operates differently and has different opportunities. And what we want to do is direct the right student to the right fit for the university.
Right. It's almost like matching them.
It's very similar.
Yeah.
And in terms of finances, there are some universities that offer tons of scholarships. There's some universities that don't.
Yeah.
And we can direct you based on your needs to what may be right for you.
Exactly. That's where they can go to find out.
Exactly.
These are the schools that may offer scholarship. This is a big probability for your kid, and these are the schools that don't really offer.
Yeah, I mean, you may have your heart set on this university because of what you've seen on TV, and then you get there and you realize, wait, that university doesn't offer financing.
Correct.
Or that university is somewhere that's really cold, or whatever you want.
Yeah.
There are lots of different options available.
So again, let's emphasize that. Go there, get answers to your questions, but there's no guarantee if you go on admission, number one, and even on visa. This was just like an avenue for you to be able to get more information.
It's a no-risk proposition. If you're interested,
It's
it's
free.
free. Come by, get the information. We hope that we can sell you. I strongly believe that education in the U.S. is the best option available in the world. And I hope that by going
That's
to
not an unbiased statement.
No, that's just the truth.
All right. So that's on October 10.
And October 10th at the Shangri-La EDSA.
Okay.
And then October 12th at the Radisson Blu in Cebu.
In Cebu, U.S. Embassy spokesperson Kanishka Gangopadhay. Thank you so much
Thanks very
for
much,
your
Pinky.
time. And thank you for joining us here on The Source. I'm Pinky Webb. You're watching CNN Philippines.